My name is James Lane, and I decided to throw my hat in to run for steering committee co-chair. Thank you. One of the reasons was after last year's convention and seeing a lot of issues that we're having internally with communications and relationships, it was actually very troubling. And so I joined the Black Caucus, and I became an NC rep on the Black Caucus. And I was made aware really quickly that it seems like we can't get anything done out in the streets because we're doing a lot of battling within our own party. And I'm a firm believer of we can't go into other people's houses telling them what's wrong with theirs until we fix everything that's wrong with our houses. So I just want to get that out first, because during this election, I don't know, I thought I was the nicest black guy around, but apparently I've been accused of some things myself. So that threw me back for a bit. But then I look into myself, as John mentioned before, the revolutionaries have to think about doing revolution in themselves. And I did some work on myself and think about it and think of where is this coming from? And a lot of it's coming from the fact that, I'm not going to say privilege or anything like that, but we all need to do work on ourselves. This is a fact. We're humans. We need to. But the main fact why I'm running for co-chair, or steering committee co-chair, is because my background is coming into organizations, working, I'm the guy that rolls up his sleeves, gets into work, sees where there's deficiencies, works to improve them, tighten up things like we're talking about, communication, transparency. I was just chatting to Sherry. We're talking about like our struggles that we're having, and I lost my job last year. I was helping out candidates and whatever. Now I'm running a campaign. I'm not getting the support that I need. And there's also personal support that you need. And then you feel like even though you're in this green party, you're still not part of a community. Because when something comes up, there's no one you can turn to. You feel like that people that you thought were your allies are actually your enemies. And so these are all the things that actually are created because of something that's happened historically or whatever. And I'm all about like righting those wrongs, changing those narratives, changing whatever this old, these cobwebs that are hanging around in our attic and move on from that. Because if our goal is to get 5%, like Andrea mentioned, we are never going to get to 5% unless we clean out our attics. We are never going to get to 5% unless we have better structure for communication with each other. Like Mike Dennis and I talked about the other day, we love the fact that we had this online forum last Saturday. It was great. It's really upsetting that there was only 400 views out of all the members that we have. I even tried to, send links so it's easy to get to. And I get it, everyone's busy. But what about the people that don't have computers? How do we reach out to them to let them know what's going on? So one of the things I really, really, really want to focus on as a co-chair is actually working on our membership. Because this party is built on our members. People register to vote green because they believe in us. They believe in our values. They want to be a part of this. And we need to have a better way to contact them, to relate to them. Yes, emails, social media, or whatever. A lot of them, guess what? They may not have phones because they're poor. How are we going to reach out to those people? Door to door. How are we going to reach out door to door people if we don't have our own communication structure, if we don't have neighborhood captains, block captains, all these kinds of things? It's great that we're talking about organizing state and local parties, but guess what? Even within the state and city parties, they're still not reaching the people on the street. So my job is always customer relations, stuff like that. And it's all about reaching out to your base. How are they doing? Checking in with them. How can we help them? One of the things we were just talking about before, it's great that we heard, the staff is going to be unionized. And then we're saying, well, wouldn't it be great if we had a credit union in the Green Party? So these are the kinds of things that we need to do. We need to talk about. I won't take too much time. Am I over time? Okay. But so, like I said, I'm running for co-chair because I want to see things change. I want to see things get better. But it doesn't matter what my vision is. If everybody else isn't in sync with achieving a goal of 5% at least, I mean, I want a goal of 50%. You know, I mean, we've seen every election, 50% of people vote. They want to hear about the Green Party. They want to hear about a major third party. You know, if you go to Wikipedia, we're listed as one of the 5 major parties. But we're the ones that have to get in the street to let people know that. But that's not going to happen if we're fighting and spending countless amount of times on emails and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. You know, next time you want to write a post about somebody, get a clipboard to go in the street and get somebody's phone number and email address. That's how you're going to grow this party. So that's all I got to say. Thank you.